everybody.
Hey.
Welcome into Let's Talk Kentucky. Welcome into Let's Talk Kentucky. I'm your host and moderator, Sherelle Roberts, and I'm joined by the Let's Talk team. It's Susan Mills, Kim Dixon, and Lisa High.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome. Woo. Man, oh man, oh man. Well, you know what? We like to have a lot of fun on this show, and we do have a lot of fun on this show. But today, I wanted to tackle a really, really serious issue that matters, and that's because it's World Elder Abuse Awareness Week. So, we are focusing several parts of today's show on giving you information about how to protect your loved ones and protect yourself from being hurt or scammed or worse, which unfortunately we know what happens. So in today's Talk of the Town, we're going to discuss some ways to help keep yourself safe. But first, let's talk about who is actually doing the scamming. So we're going to go over to Michael Finney of ABC7 in New York to give us some insight about who the scammers are that target our elders.
By now you've heard that elder fraud is exploding. Kiplinger's magazine, The Financial People, recently conducted a poll to find out where the fraud originates. And what they found is a bit surprising. Family members are responsible about 5% of the time. Then it's online at 11%. Then we go to financial planners and stockbrokers, and the number goes up to 16%. Then caregivers, 21%. Very scary. The people that we pay to help the elderly are ripping them off. And then finally, phone calls. 47% of fraud comes over the phone. These are numbers you should share with everyone you know who is elderly or on their way to being there.
You know, that was really shocking to me when I saw that earlier today. We expect the phone calls, right? Because we all get these annoying phone calls. But that 21% being caregivers and then the financial brokers, that was disturbing to me.
Yeah, it was to me too.
And you know, it's like our younger generations, we kind of grew up expecting it, you know, but this generation that, you know, we consider to be the elders, they haven't necessarily gone through that. So they are very trusting.
Right, exactly. I mean, they do deals by a handshake, you know, it's not written in paper or anything of that nature. And it's just taking advantage of good-natured people. It breaks my heart. And to think that not only the caregivers, but also their loved ones, their family members, 5% of them, that's 25% of the people that are being taken advantage of. It's coming from people that they trust the most.
Yes.
Or supposed to trust them.
Right.
People that they've raised, people that they've been there for.
Right.
Yeah.
And now that their faculties might not be the exact same as they were before,
Yeah.
that is no reason to go after people like that.
Yeah.
They are citizens.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're going to be talking about this throughout the whole show today. As we said, it's World Elder Abuse Awareness Week. And so stay with us throughout the show. We're going to have lots of tips. We're going to talk about lots of scams. It's going to be a very, very good show. Stay with us. Coming up after the break, countdown combo though. Is it a good idea or a bad idea to go through your significant other's phone? Let's talk about it.
There are a lot of times of your life, and your Toyota will be right there with you. During the Time of Your Life event, get 3.99 APR on a new Highlander or 4.99 on the electrified Highlander Hybrid, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance. Toyota, let's go places.
It wasn't until after they had done the surgery to remove all the toes that it really hit me. You see the commercials. You never put yourself in that person's shoes until you're there.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Why should you hire the largest injury firm in the world for your injury case? Lots of people hired us. We've collected over $15 billion and won a lot. We became the largest injury firm in the world for a reason. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
We all want to live healthier lives. It's only natural. Your body is a product of nature. Why would you nurture it with anything else? Just like your body, our vitamins, minerals, and herbs are grown from nature. And with all our products and advice, we have something for everything under the sun. We'll make sure you get everything you need, nothing you don't. All from nature herself. Roberts Health Foods, 1020 Industry Road, Lexington. You'll want to come see us. It's only natural.
and see what you can discover at the Last Genuine Leather Company.
There are a lot of times of your life, and your Toyota will be right there with you. During the Time of Your Life event, get any new Tacoma with low 3.99 APR financing, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Talk Kentucky. I'm your host, Sherelle Roberts, back with the Let's Talk team, and it is time for the Countdown Convo. This is the part of the show where we talk about as many topics as we can in 6 minutes, and we are ready to go today.
All right.
All right. Number 1, phone spy. Guys, have you ever checked the phone of your significant other, and do you think that it's a good idea or a bad idea for people to be checking the phones of their spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, so on and so on?
I've done this before. When I was a lot younger, I was dating this person, and I had reasons to check the phone, so I did, and brought it up. And it might not have been the best idea.
Okay.
There are better ways to deal with this kind of thing. I honestly believe it, even if that is the full meltdown. It's better than spying on someone. I was really immature at the time, though, and I didn't have those tools, and I wish I had.
Wow. Interesting. For me, and Doug, I haven't done that, and I don't feel the need to, because I feel like we have such an open relationship with each other, and the trust is there. So it worries me for people that do feel the need to have to do that. But and quite honestly, he can check my phone anytime he wants, and I can check his. We know each other's passwords, the whole bit. So we're open books with that.
I'm glad you said that too. Like I've been in that headspace, Kim, where it's like, oh, something's going on. I don't trust the situation. Cameron and I have had several of these talks, and one thing that we have decided and come to the conclusion of is that we both feel safe knowing each other's codes to our phone. My phone is completely open for him, our social media accounts, vice versa, and that in and of itself makes us feel more comfortable and trusting with each other.
Yes, honestly,
just knowing.
It's one less thing to worry about in your relationship.
Yes.
There's so many other things in this world to worry about, and that's just one that you really don't have to.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's where I am on this. If you have to check the person's phone, probably shouldn't be with them.
Yeah. No, good point.
Yeah.
Just saying. I'm just saying. All right, up next, it's actually check scams. It says check scam kidnapping. We're going to save that to the end. So check scams. Guys, we've gotten news from the federal government that more and more, like 300,000 checks have been stolen through the mail since the start of the pandemic. So who's still sending checks through the mail? Do you guys still do that?
I do. A few, for bills. We're not signed up, and, there's some bills that we do send the check for, but you know what? I send cash still, and I send gift cards through the mail, like in letters and things like that, so.
Like birthday cards and stuff like that. We'll send checks for like one-off things, you know, not something that we want to set up like an automatic, withdrawal from or whatever. It's like we have this one bill, we'll just write a check and send it off. But I haven't honestly thought about people stealing checks.
No.
I don't think I should be doing this anymore, honestly, writing checks and putting them in the mail necessarily. Maybe hand delivering, but.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. I haven't had checks in like a decade. I have nothing to steal. Like I'm Venmo.
Yeah.
I don't even carry cash. Like if you stole my wallet, all you would get is like a bunch of gift cards to like Taco Bell and like these places, or the places where you have to stamp, buy 1 taco, buy 7 tacos, get the 8th taco free. That's all this is.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. All right, finally on to mean self-talk. So we all have an inner critic. Sometimes it may motivate us, other times it can go too far and be very, very harmful and push us to not like ourselves or to do even more dangerous things, unfortunately. So how do you deal with that? So Susan, how do you deal with it?
I'm still trying to figure it out, honestly. I have good days and bad days. I suffer with something, it's a very real thing. I've even read up on it called imposter syndrome. And it is where basically you're in a situation, let's say if you get a promotion or you do something really well, it was because of luck. It wasn't because you deserved it. It was like someone is going to find this out on me, and I'm not supposed to be here. So it's something I've struggled with probably my whole life.
I do feel like a lot of us struggle from this, women specifically too. And you know, and I thought I was doing pretty well with it, quite honestly, until we went on a vacation at Hilton Head, and we had a photographer that was taking family photos, and I made some disparaging remark about myself, like, you know, I feel fat in this outfit or something like that, and she nipped it in the bud right there. She was like, no. She goes, don't talk to yourself like that. And she was 22 years old. And and I never realized I was even doing it to myself. She was like, you are beautiful. You are doing great in these photographs. Wait till you see them. They're gonna look gorgeous, you know? But she was so building me up, and it made me feel so grateful to her for catching me on that. But it also made me realize, you know, I gotta be careful because I don't even realize I'm doing it.
Yeah, that is absolutely beautiful. I love that. Now, when I've accomplished something big, whatever it is, I like to take myself out for a treat. Maybe that's maybe
great. I
myself,
love that.
you know, maybe a movie, maybe a muffin, maybe a muffin, a new toy. I don't know. I like muffins.
I like that. So for me, I am like anti-negative self-talk because I grew up with a mom who was so hard on herself. She was always negative self-talking herself. She still does it a little bit today too. And I was just so cognizant of how that made her feel, how that made me feel. And so I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. Positive self-talk, positive self-talk. When I feel myself doing it, I'm like, I rebuke this. Like, we are going to be positive. We are going to speak life. And so that's what I do.
Well, and you're so amazing at giving others compliments. Like, you make everyone feel so loved.
You do.
That's true.
Yes.
And I think that's why, because I grew up with my mom who was just like, eh. And I was like, no, Mommy, you're amazing.
Aww.
Yes. All right, that's the countdown combo. We made it. All right.
We get a muffin.
We get a muffin. There we go. We get a muffin or a movie. Okay, everybody, stay with us. Coming up after the break, Mary Crowley Schmidt joins us to talk elder abuse prevention.
Spilling the E.T. Father's Day edition, the marvelous Mrs. Maisels' Alex Borstein gets emotional with her dad.
We're supposed to spill the tea, not the tears.
I'm very proud of you.
Next, E.T.
Tonight at 7 on ABC 36.
Confused by all the Camp Lejeune toxic water commercials? Let me answer some of your questions.
Are claims filed against the U.S. Marine Corps?
No. The U.S. government has set aside billions of dollars for those who have suffered. The Marine Corps will not be impacted.
Will a Camp Lejeune claim affect my VA benefits?
No. According to the VA, your right to VA benefits will remain intact. If you have questions about a Camp Lejeune claim, call the Driscoll firm now for a free consultation. 1-800-263-4200.
At Rally's, I'm in the driver's seat. Give me that $5 meal deal with a Rally Burger. Better yet, make it a mushroom Swiss burger with that mushroom sauce. With 8-piece white meat chicken bites, Rally's famous seasoned fries, and a drink for just $5. Yeah, all that. Can I get a mushroom? Boom! My $5 meal deal with a mushroom Swiss burger. Whatever you order, own it at Rally's. Get your late night flavor fix.
My husband had to put off retiring because we lost so much money last year.
Does the stock market have you worried? Have you put off taking a vacation or buying a house or car? Hi, I'm Lawrence York, founder of Proactive Advisors, a family-owned firm in Lexington specializing in retirement planning. We want you to earn good returns with retirement security. That's why we offer a free risk retirement assessment. Call Proactive today. Choose to invest, but protect your money.
When she started talking. Judge Steve Harvey returns tonight, 8/7 Central on ABC.
Let's Talk Kentucky is brought to you by Critchfield Meats.
Hey everybody, welcome welcome back to Let's Talk Kentucky. And shout out to our sponsor, Critchfield Meats. I like that new intro.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, joining us at the table is Mary Crowley Schmidt. We are so glad to have you here.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yes, Mary is from the Bluegrass Area Agency on Aging and Independent Living. And so they're doing all kinds of awesome things for our senior citizens and folks as they age. But today we brought you here because we want to talk about World Elder Abuse Awareness Week. So thank you so much for being here.
I appreciate the opportunity to talk about it.
Yeah, we were talking during the break when I used to work at the police department as their spokesperson. I saw so much elder abuse, financial crime abuse, physical abuse, and we all have to work together to prevent that.
We certainly do. Fayette County is lucky that we have a whole team that works to try to prevent it. Not every county is like that, but the biggest thing is education. You know, what to look for.
Yes.
What are some of those things?
Well, some of the signs, or we call them red flags of elder abuse, are emotional signs. Somebody's depressed, they're isolated, they're afraid to talk to somebody else unless that caregiver is with them. They're not allowed to have one-on-one conversations with someone. Another form of emotional abuse is to threaten with nursing home placement, because people dread nursing home placement more than they fear death. You know, that's a whole nother talk. Physical signs, which is what everybody thinks you would see, broken bones, injuries not matching the explanation. I had a client years ago that had a big burn on her arm, and she told me she got it cooking. I don't think so. So when I called Adult Protective Services and they did an investigation, it turned out her husband held her arm to a hot lamp. It was a light bulb. And so, you know, domestic abuse doesn't stop when people get older. If anything, it gets worse.
Really? So two things that you pointed out that I just want to follow up on, and anybody else that has anything else. Threatening people to put them in a senior citizen facility.
In a nursing home.
In a nursing home. To get them to comply with what?
Right. Something as simple as eating. You know, if you don't eat what I put in front of you, we're going to have to put you in a home. If you don't take a bath every day, just
conditional.
Right. If you talk to anybody about any problems that you have here in this home, you know, we won't take care of you anymore.
That is so sad and so scary. You know, if we suspect, maybe it's not our family, but what do we do? What is a person supposed to do if we suspect that there might be something going on abusive?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. Kentucky is a mandatory reporting state.
Okay.
So if you suspect, you report, and I provided the information on a slide for who to call. It's the Cabinet for Health and Family Services. And they have an adult protective team. And so you can make that report either by phone or online. But we are mandated to report. If you don't report, it can be a misdemeanor. You can be charged with a misdemeanor.
Like other types of abuse, whether it be elder or not.
Exactly. Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, we want to say, God, it's so heavy, but we want to show one positive thing. I think we have a picture of a fun thing that you guys are going to be doing with yarn. Tell us about that.
Okay. So we're calling this yarn bombing. Bombing is not positive, but we're making it positive. So when you think of older people, you think of granny squares. So we have 5 senior centers that have participated in this, and this is the Richmond Center. They've done granny squares, and they've wrapped them around light posts. These will be, yarn bombing happened in downtown Winchester, the Bell House, the Senior Center, and the Elder Crafters here in Lexington. So it's been a great project. The cabinet paid for the yarn, and the seniors did the crocheting, which, oh my gosh, they can whip those things out.
Yes, they can.
I'm amazed at how fast they are.
And so they're all purple to raise awareness about elder abuse awareness.
Right.
So love it.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Hang out with us, okay? Because coming up after the break, we're going to talk about more scams that you should look out for. This one, absolutely horrifying.
I smoked and I have COPD. My children are really worried. My tip is send your kids a text. It may be the last time that you do.
you can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT now.
You deserve to say yes.
These are my results. I am so happy.
Yes to confidence.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
Yes to a new shape.
Look what Sono Bello did for me. Do you see this?
Yes to a new you.
I'm Dr. Elena Vega. Imagine you could remove this much fat from multiple areas all at one time.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good.
I have the flattest tummy that I've had in 25 years.
I'm able to wear things that I never thought I would wear again.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-888-273-9096 or go to sonobello.com.
Hi, this is Joseph with Rapid Fire Home Buyers. Do you have a house that's costing you too much time and money? Maybe a rental house, an inherited house you don't know what to do with, or the house you're living in that you just can't keep up with. We buy property in any condition and any price range all over the Southeast. Sell your house as is for cash with no repairs, no fees, and no commissions. If you're even thinking of selling your house, before you call a realtor, give us a call for a free cash offer. Call 859-695-3875.
Major insurance companies use a software called Colossus to tell them what the firm you hire is likely to settle your case for. They know which law firms can lowball and take the last best offer. Not us. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. It's Sherelle Roberts, and it is time for What in the World is Trending. All throughout the show, we've been talking about scams and things that you should look out for, especially when it comes to preventing elder abuse and protecting our elders. Now, I want to warn you, this next story has some very serious themes, so if you have kiddos around, you may not want to watch this with them. It absolutely sends chills down my spine. I just got one, like, just thinking about it. It's about a heartless and terrifying scam call that one woman received from an artificial intelligence robot. The robot had stolen her daughter's voice. Let's watch this video.
It was Brianna sobbing and crying, saying, "Mom." At first, I thought nothing of it and casually asked her what happened. On the phone, I had the phone on speaker walking through the parking lot to meet her sister. Brianna continued with, "Mom, I messed up," crying and sobbing continually. Not thinking twice, I asked her again, "Okay, what happened?" Suddenly, a man's voice barked at her, "Lay down, put your head back." At that moment, I started to panic. My concern escalated as I demanded to know what was going on, but nothing could have prepared me for her response that she gave me next. "Mom, these bad men have me. Help me, help me, help me." She begged and pleaded as the phone was taken from her. A threatening and vulgar man took the call over. "Listen here, I have your daughter. You call anybody, you call the police. I'm gonna pop her stomach so full of drugs, I'm gonna have my way with her. I'm gonna drop her in Mexico and you'll never see your daughter again."
That is absolutely horrifying. That was Jennifer DeStefano testifying before the Senate Judiciary Committee, begging lawmakers to do something about the out-of-control artificial intelligence that we are seeing. A robot got her daughter's voice, faked that entire thing.
This whole thing makes me absolutely, I mean, the chills, my stomach is turning. It's a parent's absolute worst nightmare.
Oh, it really is. And it sent her into a complete panic. She had, thank God she had the help from some of her friends at this dance studio to help figure out that it was fake, but in the meantime, you can only imagine the horror. And what really upsets me with this too is that when she called 911, they were like, "Oh yeah, this is a scam. We've been seeing this." And I'm
what
like,
if it wasn't?
I know exactly. What if it wasn't?
They called it a phone prank.
Yeah, and that's putting it very on a low level. I mean, this is very serious. I mean, 911 is going to be inundated with this type of stuff. They're going to get kind of hardened to it, and they're going to be like, "Oh, it's fake." And what if it's not? that a person's life is going to be in danger potentially from that.
And I think what's really bad about this, and we want Mary to chime in on this as well, when you think your loved one is on the phone, and when you think your loved one is in trouble, and it's a voice you know, you are not going to question it. You are not going to stop and verify. And that is how so many people get taken advantage of, especially elderly folks. Isn't that right, Mary?
It sure is, yeah. And a lot of them aren't very tech savvy. You were talking earlier about checks. I mean, it was only maybe 15 years ago that they stopped sending the Social Security checks through the mail because everybody knew on the 3rd of the month people were getting their checks and they'd start disappearing out of mailboxes. And so they forced elderly people to get checking accounts. At that point, a lot of people still, you know, did the money under the pillow. But everybody loves their family, and when they get a call like that, they're panicked, they don't know what to do, and so we need to do some education around that.
And you guys are doing some of that. Talk about the training that you had some folks just get.
We did some, well, we are required, everybody that works at our agency or in general works in the aging field has to have some elder abuse training every year. And the cabinet is on target with doing the state-of-the-art cutting training. We do 2 conferences a year in our district. We just had one in Madison County, and we're doing another one later this week in Clark County. So we're always putting out education. This artificial intelligence stuff is, you know, we need some answers.
This young woman, she, the daughter, she did not have any social media accounts. The only way they got her voice was interviews that she had about sports at school. So, and you know, she wasn't sobbing in those interviews, so they were able to
morph her voice into that.
Well, maybe they could come up with some kind of code word. You know,
if you're
like
really in trouble.
What's the code word?
But you don't even, you shouldn't have to do it. It's just, it's
absolutely
little
crazy.
Kids. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
Right.
So that is important. We wanted to share that. And thank you for Mary for sticking around for that conversation. Today is also National Bourbon Day. And so we wanted to make today's woman, we're talking about somebody in the bourbon world. And so today's woman is Tia Edwards, the owner of Fresh Bourbon. She's the owner and co-founder, and she and her husband opened this business together. What makes Fresh special, it's got all different kinds of grains in it, and they opened this business back in 2017. She says she's focused on making a good product, and she also made history. They have an African-American distiller, and they are the first Black-owned bourbon distillery in Kentucky. Congratulations, Tia.
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you for watching.